Welcome to Great Lakes Rabbit Sanctuary. My name is Tim Patino. I am the board president of Great Lakes Rabbit Sanctuary. We are here in Willis, Michigan. Great Lakes Rabbit Sanctuary was originally started as pig hoppers in 1995. We have come a long way since then. We try to be an animal shelter rescue that will help domesticated rabbits, take them into our facility, socialize them, do health checks on them, make sure they're all spayed or neutered, and then try to get them into loving homes. That we have in our adoption building, which is on the other side of the property from where
these rabbits were abandoned, and we were able to get them, bring them in. Typical process here is they're going to be spayed and neutered, which these operations just took place. And then from there, we will try to get them adopted. We'll get them listed on our website, along with pet finders. And little beautiful rabbits like this may end up in one of our adoption partners with Petco. They may go into the store for a little bit and see if we can help them out there. But people will come out to our organization and visit all the rabbits that are adoptable out here. So these are just a couple examples of the little rabbits that we're trying to help out. I commonly tell people that I'm very novice about the animal rescue world, only being active in it for about the past 6 years. I guess when you get over 600 rabbits and staff 13 people in a 5-acre farmhouse, maybe I'm not so novice as I think. But the one thing I've learned is the term no-kill facility. We do everything possible and try to make miracles happen to keep these rabbits alive and living a full life. Euthanasia definitely being not considered at any expense. We have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on just one rabbit, and sometimes they may pass away shortly afterwards, but we will continue to do that because we think it's definitely worth it. These rabbits are all happy and working on their health, and the expense that I want to talk about here and tell you a little bit more about is our hospital. In our hospital, we don't really do any surgeries, but we are maintaining for the rabbits' health from different head tilt and different illnesses they may come about. We do go to the veterinary clinic for surgeries and different things that have to be done that we are not capable of doing. Last year alone, we spent $30,000 in veterinary expense, and we'll continue to do that as long as we may. And that's just health issues and things like that. It's not necessarily spay and neuter, but those are part of our veterinary expenses.
As I mentioned, part of our goal is to get these rabbits into loving homes, and we have found over time that working with other organizations would be best to help the cause of these little bunnies. We did start working with various other pet stores, including Petco and Petco Foundation. Petco Foundation has been wonderful for us and have assisted us in this particular building in remodeling it financially, and will help us in other venues coming down the road here. We did this building dedicated partially to Petco because of their generous support to us. Over the past few months, over this past year, we have been able to develop relationships with the Petco stores that we have rabbits in there. Now, what we try to do is from our sanctuary, because we're kind of out there in a rural area, we try to get rabbits into the city, into the Petco stores. We have the Ann Arbor store in particular, where a rabbit like this may spend the next 4 weeks hopefully being out there on Adoption Road. I want to take a second to introduce you to some of our other residents at Great Lakes Rabbit Sanctuary. We not only have 4 potbelly pigs, but we also have a couple kitties around here that serve as greeters and hosts as well. Bringing on the pigs is, as we started off as pig hoppers, we found that there wasn't such a need for pig rescue in the state of Michigan any longer. So we wanted to focus on rabbits, but somehow we got some pigs out here. And I say somehow, as like being the president, you think I would understand that fully, but I don't quite recall the stories. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of resources to make the rabbit sanctuary work. We have a staff of 13 employees. 2 full-time employees actually live in the farmhouse here, so we have people on staff all the time. So the rabbits are constantly being cared for. The other staff members get here very early in the morning and start feeding and cleaning. We take things out to our compost pile, and it's definitely a working property all day long with tours and visitors and guests and adoptions and donations. There's always something going on here. And when there's not other things going on with people, well, the rabbits tend to mix it up too. Every now and then rabbits do get away from us on our property, and we may spend the day trying to get them. They usually give up around dinner time, and when it's all fun to come on back in, they follow through. The Rabbit Sanctuary does require a lot of resources, and financially, along with donations of various different things. But to feed the close to 600 plus rabbits that we have here, it takes us 4 bales of hay a day, which costs us, we buy in bulk, around $5 or $6 a bale. We go through probably 75 pounds of pellets a day, that not being the main food source, pellets being just a very slight amount of the food source. I think about a tablespoon or so a day is what we'll give rabbits. We also get donated greens, and it's probably the equivalent of 4 cases of lettuce a day. So that being said, those are some expenses, along with the 13 plus employees, the golf cart, and occasionally breaking down, our mortgage, and all the other expenses that come along with that, comes up to the number of close to $300,000 a year. Experts in this particular animal rescue field have told me that that's really a pretty modest sum, and that we're doing a pretty good job of managing that. But it is challenging raising that kind of money every year. Last year we fell a bit short of that. We only raised around $249,000 throughout the year. But $300,000 is what it takes to keep this going. Well, no matter what, we will keep it going. But it is quite a bit of money, and we can definitely use your support. Your support being cash donations are wonderful, maybe a sponsorship of a rabbit, coming out and socializing, donations of various products that you can see on our website from our wish list, or just helping with workday events or fundraising events. Maybe as you're watching this right now, maybe you have an idea of a great fundraiser that can take place in your community or locally around the sanctuary. But it does cost a lot to keep this going, and I'll keep going.